It's a new year, and you're making the same promises again. You know the ones. The list you write every January 1st with all the hope and determination in the world. This year, I'll lose the weight. This year, I'll get my finances in order. This year, I'll be a better spouse, parent, friend. This year, I'll finally break that habit. This year, I'll actually follow through. This year will be different, except it won't. And somewhere deep down, you already know that, because you made these same promises last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. And here you are, same weight, same debt, same struggles, same habits, same person, just a different number on the calendar. Welcome to 2026, the year that feels exactly like 2025. Let's be honest about where you are right now. You're standing at the starting line again, full of that January energy, that new year, new me motivation, that fresh start feeling. You've got your goals written down, your plan mapped out, your mind made up. This time, you're serious. This time, you're committed. This time, you're actually going to do it. You tell yourself it's different this time. You're older now, wiser, more mature, more ready. But you said that last year too. And by February, maybe March if you're disciplined, you'll be right back where you started. Promises broken, goals abandoned, another year of the same. So why do we do this? Why do we keep making promises we won't keep? Why do we keep setting ourselves up for failure? Because we're addicted to the feeling of a fresh start. There's something intoxicating about a new year, a clean slate, a blank page. The illusion that when the calendar resets, you can reset too. That somehow crossing from December 31st to January 1st gives you magical power to become someone you weren't the day before. But here's what nobody tells you. Nothing changes when the calendar changes. You don't wake up on January 1st as a different person. You wake up as the same person who went to sleep on December 31st, with the same habits, the same mindset, the same struggles. The only thing that changed is the date, and a date can't fix you. So you make your list, you set your goals, you promise yourself this year will be different. And for a few days, maybe a few weeks, you feel it. The momentum, the motivation, the belief that you finally turned the corner. You hit the gym, you meal prep, you budget, you wake up early, you're kind to your spouse, you're patient with your kids, you avoid the thing you said you'd stop doing, and you feel like a different person, like the person you always wanted to be. Then life happens. Work gets stressful, you get tired, you have a bad day, you slip once, then twice, then you stop counting, and suddenly it's March, and you haven't been to the gym in weeks. You've blown the budget. You're back to your old patterns. You're the same person you were last year. And the guilt sets in. The shame. The disappointment in yourself. I did it again. I failed. Again. What's wrong with me? Why can't I change? So you tell yourself you'll start over Monday, or next month, or when things calm down. But they never do. And by the time December rolls around, you're looking back at another year of broken promises and unfulfilled potential. And the cycle continues. Hope, failure, guilt, repeat, year after year after year. So let me ask you something. What makes you think 2026 will be any different? What makes you think this year you'll suddenly have the discipline you didn't have last year? the motivation you lacked, the follow-through you've never had. You're making the same promises with the same mindset, expecting different results. And that's the definition of insanity. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you want 2026 to be different, you can't approach it the same way you approached every other year. You can't rely on motivation. You can't depend on the new year feeling. You can't make big, dramatic promises you have no plan to keep, because that's what you've been doing, and it hasn't worked. So what do you do instead? Stop making promises. Start making decisions. A promise is something you say when you're feeling motivated. A decision is something you do whether you feel like it or not. You don't need to promise you'll lose weight. You need to decide what you'll eat today. You don't need to promise you'll save money. You need to decide not to buy that thing right now. You don't need to promise you'll be a better spouse. You need to decide to put your phone down and have a conversation. Stop making year-long promises you can't keep. Start making daily decisions you can. Stop focusing on outcomes. Start focusing on systems. You don't want to lose weight. You want to look different, feel different, be different. But you can't control outcomes. You can only control actions. So stop obsessing over the number on the scale. Start building the system that makes you healthier. Stop fixating on the bank account total. Start building the habit of not spending on things you don't need. Stop promising to be better. Start building the patterns that make you better. Because outcomes are the result of systems. And if your system is broken, your outcomes will be too. Stop going big. Start going small. This is where most people fail. They want to completely transform overnight. They go from 0 workouts to 6 days a week, from no budget to strict financial overhaul, from distant spouse to perfect partner, and it's unsustainable, so they quit. If you want 2026 to be different, start embarrassingly small. Don't commit to working out every day. Commit to 10 minutes 3 times a week. Don't overhaul your entire diet. Just drink more water and eat 1 vegetable a day. Don't promise to be debt-free by December. Just don't add any new debt this month. Build the small habit first, then expand it, then make it normal, then add another. Because small, consistent actions compound. Big, dramatic promises collapse. Stop doing it alone. Start asking for help. You've been trying to change by yourself for years. How's that working out? Pride keeps you isolated, and isolation keeps you stuck. If you want 2026 to be different, tell someone what you're trying to do, not to impress them, to give them permission to check on you. Get an accountability partner, join a group, hire a coach, ask for help. Because you will lie to yourself, you'll make excuses, you'll justify quitting, but it's harder to lie to someone else. Stop treating 2026 like it's about perfection. Start treating it like it's about progress. This might be the most important thing I tell you. You're not trying to become perfect in 2026. You're trying to become 1% better. That's it. Just slightly better than you were in 2025. Not perfect spouse, just slightly more present. Not perfect body, just slightly healthier. Not perfect finances, just slightly more responsible. Not sinless saint, just slightly more obedient. Because perfection is a myth that keeps you paralyzed. Progress is the reality that moves you forward. And progress doesn't require January 1st. Progress can start today, right now, this moment. So here's what I want you to understand about 2026. It's not a magic reset button. It's not a fresh start that erases who you were. It's not a guarantee that things will be different. 2026 is just 365 days, 365 opportunities to make better choices, 365 chances to take small steps toward who you want to become. But it's also 365 opportunities to repeat the same patterns, to make the same excuses, to stay the same person. The year doesn't determine which one happens. You do. So stop waiting for the year to change you. Start changing yourself within the year. Stop making promises in January that you'll break in February. Start making decisions today that you'll keep tomorrow. Stop hoping this year will be different. Start doing the things that make it different. Because 2026 doesn't owe you anything. It's not going to hand you transformation just because you want it. Transformation is earned in the small moments, the boring decisions, the unsexy consistency. And it doesn't require a new year. It requires a new you. Not the new year, new me fantasy version, the real version. The one who shows up even when the motivation is gone. The one who does the work even when nobody's watching. The one who keeps going even when results are slow. That's the version of you that makes 2026 different. So yes, make your goals, set your intentions, dream about who you want to become. But don't put your hope in the calendar. Put your work in the daily grind. Because when December 31st, 2026 rolls around, you won't look back and celebrate the promises you made. You'll celebrate the decisions you kept, the days you showed up, the habits you built, the person you became. Not because it was a new year, but because you decided to be new. Starting today.